I wondered if I would ever get to make another Freaky Friday, because wherever I went in the world, people would talk to me about it. It's just a given. And my joke always was, well, we have to wait until Lindsay's old enough to have a 15-year-old child, and then we can make a sequel. And then we figured out that she was old enough to have a 15-year-old child. And so here we are. So I wondered if we were going to be able to, but you never know. And whether Disney, whatever. So yes, I always wondered if we might be able to, and yet I was hopeful, but it required math, and I wasn't very good at math, so I was just hoping.
Well, when I heard that they were making a sequel, I wanted to be in on it so bad. The only reason I had even heard about it was because one of my friends was auditioning for it, and I was like, oh my gosh, I need to audition for it. And thank God I reached out and did, because now I'm here, and it was the best time of my life. Best summer ever.
I always hoped if we did a sequel that I would be able to it would be a little bit like muscle memory. You know what I mean? Like I would be able to slip back into Tess. But I didn't know prior to reading the script and really learning about what the movie was going to be, that really who I was going to end up switching with was a 15-year-old English girl, fish out of water kind of beauty influencer kind of girl. And so that part of it was a little more complicated for me. It was a little more of a subtle shift. The original teenager that I played was pretty tropey and easy to slip into, because she was sort of this stroppy, angsty teenager, and that was sort of easy. Maybe also because I had a 15-year-old at home at the time, and so maybe, I don't know. But this was a more subtle thing. But obviously I know who Tess is, and Tess is, a therapist, and, that part of it was easy. The pretending to be Lily was more subtle and certainly challenging.
Preparing for Lily was, I don't want to say difficult, but it definitely required work, not only because of the accent. Manny and I both worked with the same dialect coach whom he had worked with before, and she was lovely. But also, I think it was important for me to really humanize Lily, because when you read her on paper, she could easily just be this mean girl from London and kind of annoying and one note. But she actually has so much depth and a lot of vulnerability that she covers up with all of her interests and all these beauty things and fashion and really wanting to be smart and good enough. And I think that was honestly the most important thing for me, because I wanted her to have depth. I didn't want her to just be this mean girl who finds herself in this ridiculous situation, because, a body swap movie is fun and funny, but those moments are what's really important.
That's why you got the part.
Thanks.
That's why you got the part.
Thank you.
Because there were some women who came in who kind of did play it like that, and you didn't.
Thanks.
Just telling you. That's why you got the part. I love Lindsay Lohan. I have stayed in contact with Lindsay since we made Freaky Friday in 2003. She was 15 years old, and the movie came out and she was 16. And we have stayed in verbal, phone, texting. She has a wicked Bitmoji, emoji game. And we have seen each other over these 22 years many times. She will come to Los Angeles. We will see each other here. I'll go to New York. We'll see each other there. She lives in Dubai, so it's harder to see her, but she brought her baby to Los Angeles. And way before we had announced that we were making the movie, she came to Los Angeles and brought little Louie. And in fact, when she brought Louie over to my house and I met Bader, we took a picture, just the two of us, and I posted on the Instagram, and that was the picture that really got the energy started. That was really what got the energy started. Like, people loved seeing us. So we've known each other and seen each other for a long time. But more than anything, I think we both know that we care about each other, that we trust and are safe with each other. And that's something, obviously, that we have tried to establish, because it's show-off business, right? It's a lot of business. And it's a really transactional business. And there are a lot of people that want things from you, and there's a lot of pushing and pulling, and a lot of looking around. And it's really important for me personally to make sure that we stay real with each other. And certainly it's going to happen with these young ones, and it certainly has happened with me and Lindsay.